Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and also welcome to those who are stopping by to see my high school makeup tutorial. I wouldn't say that this is the makeup that I used to wear every single day, but it is an idea on what I would wear if I was going back to high school now. I know whenever I first started high school, I did start wearing makeup because I was in the dance drill team and it was mandatory for us to wear lipstick, blush, blue eyeshadow, and false lashes from time to time whenever we were going to perform. But that is whenever I started playing around with makeup because I had to wear some of it. Of course, it wasn't mandatory for school, but it was mandatory for games and stuff. So that's why I started playing around with makeup, and that is when I started wearing makeup. I believe I was about to turn 16 whenever I was in 9th grade, so that is whenever I started wearing makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on the makeup tutorial. It's just something that I would recommend if I was going to high school, or the look that I would go for if I was going to high school. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing that I'm gonna apply is a moisturizer. I recommend you use a moisturizer just to have your skin nice and moisturized. Obviously, even if you have oily skin, I recommend you use one because it helps out a lot whenever you're applying your makeup. So that's what I'm gonna do. Next, I'm going to apply my primer. Now, in high school, I did not wear a primer because I had no idea what it was. I don't even know if it existed, which it probably did. I just didn't know about it, but that is what I'm going to put on. I'm going to use it because primers also help if you don't want to use a pore-filling one if you don't have any pores. Primers always help with your makeup lasting longer and looking smoother on your skin. Either or, read what it says on the bottle and you'll know what it does for your skin. So that is what I'm going to do next. I am going to put on a primer. For foundation, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous. I have been using this so much because I love it. It is a drugstore foundation and it's super affordable if you're in high school and don't have a lot of money to spend. But I really recommend this one. It makes your skin look glowy. It's not super matte. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. If you think foundation is too much, you can always go for a BB cream, which is a lot lighter, especially if you don't have a lot to cover up. I do now because I have redness on my skin. Maybe back then I didn't, but I chose foundation just because it gives me a nice full coverage. And the next thing that I'm going to do is conceal. Whenever I was in high school, I would just put concealer on maybe where I had a pimple because the concealers that I would buy were always my exact shade. They were never a shade lighter like I get them now. And some of them I get lighter because of course we do highlight sometimes and sometimes you need to correct. So I would always have a concealer that was the exact same shade. Now for today, I do have a lighter one than my skin tone. So this is how I decided to apply my concealer. Again, it's a lot lighter than my skin tone. If you think this is too much for you, then just pick a shade that is closer to your skin tone and will hide your under eye circles if you have any. Some people have them just because that's the way their face is naturally, or their under eyes are naturally, and some people don't have any at all, so you probably don't even need it. But if you do need it and you don't want to go a shade lighter, just get a shade that's pretty much a perfect match to your skin. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out. I'm gonna be using my Real Techniques sponge. This is about $6. You can find it at Ulta. I don't know anywhere else that you can find it. I haven't seen it anywhere, but I'm pretty sure Walmart sells Real Techniques now, and that's the only other place that I know of. So that's what I'm gonna use to blend out my concealer. So that is it for the concealer. As you can see, at first it looked like a big difference because I just had them swatched on my face. But now that they're blended out, they look fine, and this is what I would do now because I would like to look more awake if I were in high school. Next, I'm going to set all of this, and that is, I'm going to set with the same thing. I'm going to use the Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal, and I'm going to set my under eyes, and I'm going to set just my whole face, the foundation and my concealer. So I'm gonna use this concealer again. It's the same thing that I used on my under eyes, and I'm gonna apply 2 dots on my eyelids. So pretty much like this, and this is going to work as my primer. And not only is it gonna help my eyeshadow stick, but it's also going to even out my eyelid. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out with my finger. So I know I have that big old dot here on my eyelid, but I hope you can see the difference that this one just looks a little dark on the inner corner, and on the outside, this one looks a little more even. So that's a lot better, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this one out too. Okay, so now I have my eyelids nice and even, and I'm gonna take the brush that I was using for my powder, and I'm gonna go over that. Of course, when I'm filming, one of the brushes wants to fly across the room. So what I'm going to do is set that concealer, and I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for my powder. I'm not adding any more powder, it still has some. So I'm just going to tap that on there, and now it's set, it's good to go, and I'm ready for my eyeshadow. For today, I'm going to be using the LORAC palette. You can get this palette at Ulta, but you can choose any palette that you want. It also has some colors and it has some neutrals, so I really like that. And I'm only going to be using about 2 colors from here, so it's not even a big deal. The first color that I'm going to use is this light one. So with this fluffy brush, I'm just going to grab a little bit of the light color there and just dust it on my eyelid. The next color that I'm going to use is this very, very light brown shade. Just choose a light brown that you like and you feel comfortable with, and I'm going to apply that as my transition color, kind of like in the crease and a little bit above the crease. But since I'm not using a lot of colors, this is going to be my main shade, and I'm just going to apply that on the crease and just doing it in circular motions out here, and then just swiping it in. So again, in circular motions, swipe it in, and you're pretty much applying the color and blending it out at the same time. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is my eyebrows. The kit that I'm going to use for my eyebrows is this one by NYC. It's a simple kit. It's nothing fancy. It's super easy to use. So it does come with the wax. It comes with the powder. They have different colors. So you could just get one that matches your eyebrows or whatever color you want. And it also comes with this brush. Now this is just an angled brush. I'm going to use my own because this one's kind of short. But if you don't have any other thing to choose from, just use the one that it comes with. It's the exact same thing. So all I'm gonna do is get an angled brush, which like I said, it's the exact same thing except this one's super short. And I'm gonna get a little bit of the wax, not too much, because again, my eyebrows are already shaped. Now if you like the whole ombre eyebrow or very filled in eyebrow, if you're already on that level, then go for it. But for those of you who are just getting into makeup, or you're just starting high school and playing around with makeup, maybe you've done your makeup since junior high, I really don't know. But if you are just getting into makeup, I think this is a great option. Or if you don't like the full eyebrow look and you just want something natural, I think this is a good option. So that's the wax. That's just going to help my eyebrows stay in place. Next, I'm going to use the powder that's in here. I'm just going to grab a little bit and apply it to where I have kind of like missing hair, because in some pieces I have missing hair, so I just want them to look even. For my eyebrows, again, something very natural, very fast that you can do in the morning. And now I'm going to move on to my eyelashes. I'm not going to be applying eyeliner because again, this is just a very simple look. What I meant by not using eyeliner is the liquid eyeliner, like making a whole wing or anything like that. I'm not going to be doing that. But what I am going to do is apply a black eyeliner on my waterline. Next, I'm going to curl my eyelashes and apply mascara. In high school, I used to wear mascara every day. I think it's just Something that'll make your eyes look wide awake and open and makes your eyelashes pretty. So I'm using this one because it really grabs on to my eyelashes and applies the product. It's a very thin one and it just helps me get every single eyelash or every single hair. And it also helps me get very, very close to the root. And this one just gives me more volume. This one's a lot harder for me to get into the root because it has a very thick wand, and I really like this one for volume. So the first one that I'm going to use is this one. So I forgot to mention it to you guys, but I also put on the Roller Lash mascara on my lower lashes. Alright, so now that I'm done with my eyes and my face, I want to add some color to my skin because I'm obviously very pale. I'm going to be using this blush by e.l.f. This one's called Twinkle Pink. It's a very pretty $3 blush and I think you will love it. They have tons of colors and again, they're only $3. I'm going to apply that on the apples of my cheeks. So I went ahead and I pulled my hair back so you can see the difference because it was kind of hiding it. But you can tell that it looks pink but not too pink, and over here I just don't have any color to my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and do this eye, and it does make a big difference without it being too drastic. That's it for the blush. Another thing that I like about this blush is that it has a little bit of glitter in there, or shimmer, very, very tiny shimmer. And it kind of works as a highlight. Whenever you are barely starting with makeup, you probably don't want a lot of steps for your makeup. And I think that does a little bit of the two. It gives you a little bit of glow at the same time as it gives you color. And the next thing that I'm going to do is apply bronzer. Back then, I remember using bronzer in high school. Once I was like a junior or a senior, I did wear bronzer. You can totally skip this step, but I do like it. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit and just apply this right underneath the blush and kind of blend it up. Not a lot. That's it. I mean, I didn't apply a contour. I didn't sculpt out my face. I just brought some color to my skin. And lastly, to finish up the makeup look, I'm going to apply a lipstick. This one's by CoverGirl. It's called Heavenly and I use it all the time. It's just a nice nude pink shade. You can go for nude if you're comfortable with that. I just like the pink tones on my skin, especially for everyday, just to bring some color to my lips. So that is it for the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it's a very simple, fresh look. If you don't like to walk around with your makeup, you can definitely just take your lipstick with you and reapply it throughout the day. I know some of you may think that this is a lot of makeup, but if you're watching the tutorial, I'm hoping it's because you want to learn how you can wear your makeup for high school. And again, or not again, but it may seem like there's a lot of products or a lot of steps, but don't worry. It's just that, or don't get overwhelmed. It's just that I'm talking to you and I'm trying to tell you how I would apply it or why I would apply a certain product. Of course, whenever you're doing your makeup, you're not going to be talking in front of a camera, so it'll be a lot faster for you. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I never mentioned this, but you guys can definitely follow me on Instagram. I do have an Instagram. I'm pretty active on it. And I also always post makeup pictures or makeup looks. If you enjoy that on Instagram, you can definitely follow me. I always have my name right here in this corner or on this corner. I'm pretty sure it's on this corner. And you can find me there, Beauty News with Angelica. And if you enjoyed what you saw here, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. I will see you all in my next one. Bye!